What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a couple weeks since I posted anything, or at least a week and a half or so. That's because I was in Disney doing vacation. So I think I'm going to actually post a video from the vacation here. It's going to have very little to do with disc golf, but I'm probably going to post it anyways, just so you get a little different side of what our life is like sometimes. But figured it'd be a good time to do a end of the season in the bag. Just I did one at the beginning of the season, and pretty much I just figured I'd show you what I've been throwing here lately and what's solid state in the bag now and going forward for sure. It's probably not a big change much from the first one, but I've changed just a few things up. So let's go ahead and get started. As always, just like everybody, just go ahead and start with the putters. I can't remember if these were the same that was in my bag last time. It's the same mold though. These are my putting putters, and you can tell I've put some time behind these. It's a soft 300. This first stock run that I was able to find, I got these, and they just feel great. They're real. They got some good soft bend to them, but not crazy soft like those discs that you'll find you can taco over or anything, but they feel just how I want them, and I've been sticking with these for a long time. So unless I find another pair brand new that match, I'll be putting these for a while. I've got like 500 PA3s though. So that's putting putters. That's inside the circle, a little bit outside. We'll bring up, okay, so here's throwing putter number one. In the first in the bag, this is one of the ones I think I had in my bag. This is a soft 300 PA4. As you can tell, that thing has seen better days, but as of now it's still in the bag, but just for a specific shot. If it's like in the woods or something and I need something that'll hyzer flip up and late turn and never come back, that's probably what I'm going to throw. But this disc is the one that has potential to take its spot. That's the new P Model US. This is base grip glow. This new base grip that's been coming out here lately is a little bit gummier, not quite as stiff as the first base grips that I got in the P Model S, which I'm a fan of. I like this just being a little bit more pliable, being able to move it around. I like gummy stuff. So this thing is, this just popped into my bag like the past 3 weeks, and it's money. I think a lot of people are gonna like this. I can throw this on like really power shots in the woods on hyzer. It'll flip up and just kind of keep on flipping and going straight. If I release it flat, I can get a good left to right, give it a lot of air. It'll just hold for a long time. It'll go pretty far too. So I've not thrown Duraflex yet, but this one is what could possibly take the PA4 spot. But as for now, I'm keeping them both. Now, to my only other throwing putters, same as last video I believe, P Model S. I've started putting Batmans on every one of my P Model S. I'm a Batman kind of fella, so I tattooed my body, so I tattooed my discs. But yeah, the Duraflex P Model S's, I did have a baseline P Model S, but it was pretty much what this is doing right now, so I didn't need it anymore. But these are just great. They'll hold hyzers. You can throw them pretty hard. You can throw them flat. They'll go straight. So yeah, for throwing putters, that's pretty much it. That's all I've got on those. I'll move to probably what I would call my mid-ranges. This was probably in the bag the last time too. The first A3 I ever got. It's a 300 A3. This thing I can throw it backhand on hyzer and it'll flip up and move to the right. I like that. It's just further. It goes further than my putters does. This is another one, 300 with the star stamp. It's just a little bit more stable, so if I'm needing just a straight shot, or if I just want to throw a shot with more power and get the same flight with a little more distance, I'll throw this one. But that's those. Then I'll go to my other A3s. This is a 500 and this is a 750 with Stamp I designed. This one's my Forehand A3, and this one I'll probably pull out for like backhands that I want to throw really high power shots on. It'll fight wind really good, always hyzers back out. Both of these in stability are way more overstable than the 300. I was trying to flick these at one point, and now I don't flick these anymore. I actually have started flicking baseline A2s for my flick shot. But next, I've got my A2s. I've got one that's a 400, I believe. Yeah, it's 400. Charlie Davenport hooked me up with this, and this one actually. This one comes out when I need something for a forehand that's just gonna go to the right, or if I need a skip shot to the left that's not like a extremely far. But I can get these to go a decent distance, but they're always coming back no matter what. So the 400's for skippier shots, and then this 350G one, I actually just had to put this one in my bag because the other green one I had, I've lost like 2 or 3 A2s in the last like 3 weeks, so that's a problem. This is the last baseline I have, so I just like beating these in to where they'll get straighter and straighter for forehands. So I would use it for similar shot as this one, but usually these baselines I want in the bag for to sit better. If it's like real tall grass or if it's harder ground, baseline tends to sit a little bit better, so that's why I keep the baseline in. We'll actually go to mids. I just changed my mids up today. I made a decision to pull. I don't throw mids hardly ever, so these are only in the bag for whenever I go to other courses like over in Tennessee or something, because just around here I just don't need them. But keep a 2 Kel LaVisca M4s. These are great for like hyzer flipped turnovers. They'll go pretty far, but if there's any wind at all, like headwind, these aren't coming out unless I'm just in the woods and I need it to turn over. But tailwind and stuff, these are money. Like I said, only coming out like over in Tennessee or at a course where I'm going to need that shot, because I just don't throw mids around here. And then I've got this Glimmer M3. Just a little bit more overstable than this. It'll hyzer flip up to straight. If I throw it flat, I can get it to turn some. It's just not as flippy as the M4s, but that's the only mids I keep, and those are in there by the skin of their teeth, because like I said, A3s and A2s tend to be what I throw for my mid-range shots. Now let's see. I've got Fairways. I've got 2 F5s that I keep in the bag right now. This one's my little bit flippier, both Street Team stamped. These I can throw on pretty high power. They'll flip up, go straight, turn to the right some. These are discs I'll usually pull out if I'm in the woods a lot, that I need longer shots with in the woods. I'll throw these out just because I can hit lines with them really good. I don't throw them a lot of times in the wind, out in the open or anything. It's usually, like I said, just pretty much in the woods. Or if I want to hyzer flip something low power, if I just don't want to throw hard, and it's a little bit over 300 feet or something like that, I'll just low power these and get it down there. Alright. I've got an H3 V2 with my stamp on it. This is my, it's really straight. I can throw this really hard, and it's really hard for me to get it to just hold a turnover completely. It'll usually fight out if nothing else. Even in a headwind, it'll just carry straight, hyzer off at the end. I had another one of these that was in 400. This is 400. And I had it beat to where it would flip up and just ride to the right for a while, but it wasn't a turn, like crazy turn. So this one's not as beat yet, but this one's just like if I need to step up from like a F5 or something, but just without all the distance that I'll need off a distance driver. I keep an OG H1. Don't throw it very much unless I'm just in a situation where I know I need something crazy overstable. Outside of that, this is just in the bag for that situation. I don't really throw it for anything else, and usually it's going to be like a forehand, because I'll throw other discs for the same shot sometimes, so it's just in the bag for that situation. Got FX2s. This is, I think, probably one of the first FX2s I got. It's a 500 first run bottom stamp. This one is seasoned really good. I can throw this really hard on hyzer and it'll flip up to flat and ride for a bit, then it hyzers out really good. If I need a forehand that I want to flip up a little bit and get more distance out of, I'll throw this really comfortable rim to me now. And then this one is an FX2. Like I said, again, this one's got that stamp as well. This one I think is a 400, not 500. A little bit gummier, but this thing is way more overstable. So if I'm in a situation where there's a lot of wind, I'll throw this, let it dump out. I'll throw a lot of my forehands with this one. So this one tends to be my forehand shot disc, unless I need something really like a distance driver. But these I throw hyzer forehands with them and stuff. But this one is my overstable headwind disc for not crazy long range. And let's see, now we're into distance drivers. I got this OG X Out D3 that I got off my buddy. It's not a die, I just took a marker because I was tired of looking at the X Out on it. This is comes out with tailwinds and stuff, to where I need like a hyzer flip that'll flip up and ride straight and maybe get some right turn in a tailwind. If I'm needing a turnover just with no wind or something, I'll throw this one flat, let it ride to the right for a while and come back. This will get some big distance, but if it's crazy windy, it probably isn't coming out. But I'll use it in just that certain situation for distance. I got an X2. This one is dyed. This one is like, I can trust this disc pretty well on a forehand or a backhand. I can turn it a little bit with a forehand. If I mess up, sometimes I might get a little squirrely. But this disc, I don't know if it's just a plastic or what. This is a really skippy disc, so that's what this is in here for. Sometimes if it's really windy, I might pull it out for a really power backhand. Get some good movement to the right for a while, and it always dumps back out. Like I said, usually I'll pull this out if I'm trying to get like a good skip on something. But that, let's see, go to my two 400 G D2s. These go back and forth. It's whichever one I grab, really. They're not much of a difference. One's just in case I lose one, but these are really good, like hyzer flip to straight for a long time, like with a tailwind or no wind, headwind. I might put some hyzer on them and get some turn on it and get distance. But generally, if it's windy, I don't pull these out that much just because they are a little bit less stable than my other ones. But these will go really far. They feel great. But yeah, the 400 G D2 is in my bag for some really good distance. Let's see. Now this one right here, this boy, I tell you, it don't act like a D1, but it is a D1. I've got 3 Mateo 750 G D1s. Feels really good. Can get a little stiff when it's really cold, but this thing mashes. It goes so far. It's more overstable than the D2s I just showed you, but it's not like a D1. Like, I can put this thing on some hyzer, full power, and get it to flip up, and it'll ride straight for a long time. If I put flex on it, it'll flex for a long time before it comes out. So, I mean, this one is usually, if I'm going for as much distance as I can usually grab for this one because I know I probably won't roll it, but it just flies really far. So I always keep a D1, a Mateo D1 in it, because these things just go really far. They're not overstable, they just go far. Now, my other D2s, I got a lot of D2s. This is a core team. I've got 2 of these, one in the bag, one not. They're pretty domey, but this thing is a step up from the Mateo D1. That's why I'm saying that D1's not a D1, but this thing, it's really controllable. It's not like it's beefy by any means, but I can throw this really hard and get kind of the same distance out of the other ones I was talking about, that if I have to worry about wind, those might get squirrely. This one usually won't. I can usually control this one better. So I go to this one a lot when there's any wind at all. So I like this thing. It goes pretty far. It goes as far probably as the other D2s, and I can sometimes get it out to the same distance as the Mateo D1, but this one is thrown probably as much as the Mateo D1. Now this sucker, my Bomberman that I died on there, hear that heartbeat? This is a 400 D2. I experimented with buying purple drivers for a while to see if that meant something, making them overstable, and I mean, so far I've had some pretty good success with getting overstable drivers with purples. This sucker, I can throw it as hard as I want. Doesn't matter the wind, if there's a headwind or what. If I get it to turn, it's going to come right back out of it, carry straight for a little while, and then it's going to dump out. This one, I can throw this in a headwind and I know it's not going to turn over. That's what this is in the bag for. Super windy situations, not for forehand, just because it's so domey, but it will carry for a while. I can get some decent distance out of it if there's a lot of wind. That's what I'm going to. Now, I got this other D1 in here. I don't throw it very much at all, but it's in there as a backup in case I need one, because it's more overstable than the Mateo D1, but it's not crazy beefy, so it'll come out in a windy situation if I'm needing good distance, but I just ain't trusting some of the others. The Bomberman D2 is probably more overstable than this is, so this is just if I need more distance with more wind. And the last one, another dyed disc. This is a D1. Like I said, I experimented with purples. This is what one of the ones I bought at the same time, and this one did not disappoint either. This thing is crazy overstable. This is my forehand distance driver generally right now. I can throw this really hard. Now if I really crank over on it and roll my wrist some, on a forehand it will turn to the left for a while before it flexes out, but backhand, same as the Bomberman D2, it's not gonna turn. Like, I can throw it as hard as I want, it's just gonna fight and come back to the left. And it's a little bit flatter, so it's in there for, like I said, more so for forehands, but if I need extremely overstable backhand, then that's what I'm gonna throw too, so I'll throw that. But pretty much my bag. I usually carry about 3 minis. I got 2. I always use this teal one, and that other one's a backup. Then I've got like a whale sack or something on this other side, and tags from our last few years, and of course my street team pin right here. Yeah, BP1, V2. I've got some towels in the pocket inside there, but outside of that, that's what I've got. Nothing's changed a whole lot, just like the P Model US and a few other things, but outside of that, that's my bag. Hopefully can trim this video down a little bit so it's not crazy long, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Like these videos. I'm going to be doing some giveaways soon. I'm getting close to 200. So get to that 250 mark, we'll give away that Chris Dickerson FX2. Till next time, peace.